Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, we have previews for The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 11, and the previews revealed that the Whisperers, Alpha's army of Whisperers, they have not yet killed Luke or Alden, but they are captured. They are seen with bags over their heads. The bags are taken off, revealing their faces, so it's definitely them. Whisperers have knives to their throats. So, Alpha is wanting to trade them for Lydia. And in the preview, Daryl says, "You can't have her," and Alpha says, "Wrong answer." That's not good news for Luke and Alden. Alpha could kill one of them to make a point that, she means business, that she wants her daughter, or, bad shit's gonna happen. She's gonna be like, "Look, you don't even know this girl. She's my daughter. She belongs with us. We don't mean any harm. We don't want to have a fight with you. Just give me my daughter back, or I'll kill your people." And she's got two. She's got two hostages. She can kill one of them to prove a point, and then, she can kill one with a knife and then point the knife at the other one to get them really scared and upset. And then maybe then Daryl changes his mind and gives Alpha her daughter. Now, Daryl might not do that, but I would believe that's Alpha's plan. I think that once Alpha says wrong answer, she's going to do something bad. Now, she might not kill Luke or Alden. She might mutilate them. She might cut off one of their ears, or scar their face, or cut one of their eyes out, or cut one of their hands off, something like that. Maybe not cut one of their hands off, because then you have to deal with a lot of bleeding and stuff like that. Something that's easier to manage, like an ear or an eye or a nose. I know that's fucked up, but, I'm just thinking that once she says wrong answer, she's going to do something bad. Now, she might not, mutilate them, because then if you're going to keep that character alive, you have to have the makeup department spend hours on their scars every day. So otherwise, I think realistically she'd cut off, cut an eye out or something, because, they're savages. In real life, I think they'd probably do something like that, but it's a TV show, so that might not happen. She could just simply kill one of them and then threaten to kill the other one. She could kill Luke and threaten to kill Alden, and that really upsets Enid, and Enid goes kind of crazy, and she's like, "It's just a stupid teenage girl that you got locked up. Give her to Alpha so I can get my boyfriend back," stuff like that. Also, on this video, I am not allowing the option for you to comment, because I know that there are spoilers for this episode. I don't know any spoilers, thank goodness. I don't know if Luke or Alden die. I don't know if one of them dies. I don't know if both of them die. I don't know if both of them live. I don't know what happens in the episode. I don't know anything about the episode other than previews. So I'm actually kind of lucky and fortunate. However, there's that Q&A crap that has been released, and that basically is revealing all the major things that happen in the episode. And there's questions and answers, basically. It is basically revealing everything that happens in the episode. That's on the internet now. So I know that if I don't block comments on this video, people are just going to leave comments telling me what happens to Luke and Alden. So unfortunately, I'm forced to block comments because I don't want to be spoiled on this episode. This is a non-spoiler channel. We don't cover spoilers on this channel, for those of you that don't know. So these are just sort of my thoughts based on what we have in the previews as to, what will happen to Luke and Alden. Will they both die? Will one of them die? Will they live but die later on in the season? Will they live but, get their heads on the spikes? So, it's tricky. Honestly, I want to say that they both die. Even if Alpha doesn't kill both of them, even if one of them survives or both of them survive, I feel like they're going to be heads on spikes. And the heads on spikes is going to be episode 15. That's pretty much confirmed, because we already have leaked episode summaries and titles. And that's kind of an official thing that gets released, like the titles and the summaries. That's not really a spoiler leak. And according to the summaries, in episode 16, the characters are recovering from a major loss. I think it's snowing and everything. So episode 15 is going to be when the heads on spikes happened. And then we're going to have episode 16 where the characters are recovering from that. which is kind of cool. Usually, you'd have the heads on spikes. Something like that would usually be in the last episode, where it would be like the cliffhanger. We wouldn't even get it on screen, and then we'd get it in the premiere of the next season, because that's how Scott Gimple likes to do it. But Scott Gimple's not filming the episodes. Angela Kang is I think the main showrunner. Well, not the main showrunner, but she's like the main person in charge of season 9. So it's cool that we're actually getting the heads on spikes in episode 15. And then we're going to have episode 16 to see the characters react to it and recover from it. So we don't have to wait a whole 6 months to see other characters react to it. We actually get to see that now in episode 16. So in episode 15, there's going to be the heads on spikes. So I'm thinking, even if Luke or Alden survive, or somehow Luke and Alden survive, and they get exchanged for Lydia, and they both survive this episode, I feel like both of them would be heads on spikes. Luke would definitely be a head on spike. He's one of them in the comics. He's just too good for this world. He's just too good for this world. There's no way this guy is going to live more than a season. I just can't imagine Luke in season 10. I just can't imagine it. I just can't fathom Luke making it to season 10. He's too much of a good person. He's funny. He's just got that personality that just gets you killed in the show. I don't know how else to put it. He is going to die. I just don't see him living more than a season. If he somehow manages to survive this episode, I think that maybe the Whisperers, they're picking out the people that they're going to decapitate during the fair, and they're going to be like, well, there's that guy. We already know about him, and he's an easy target. We know that he's not a fighter, so we already have some information on him. We know he's easy to capture because we've already done it before. Let's have him be one of the heads on spikes. I think that could happen. I think he could die in this episode. I think that when Alpha says wrong answer, maybe she just kills Luke. And then she threatens to kill Alden, and that drives Enid crazy because, Enid is in a relationship with Alden, and she knows Alpha means business because Alpha just killed Luke. It creates drama, and it creates intensity in the episode. In the preview, you see Daryl walking like he's thinking, he's trying to make a decision, and Enid is frantically following him and trying to talk to him. We don't hear what she's saying because it's covered by the music, but she's frantic. She's scared for her boyfriend. So at that point, Alpha might have already killed Luke, and then she's threatening to kill Alden. I wouldn't be surprised if Alden outlives Luke. I think that Luke could die in this episode, and Alden might survive. So my main guess right now, if I was forced to guess on what's going to happen to these characters in this episode, I think Alden could survive the episode. Luke will not survive the episode. So I think that when Alpha wants her daughter back and Daryl says you can't have her, Alpha says wrong answer, she slices Luke's throat, kills him. It's a devastating moment for Magna, Kelly, Yumiko, maybe even some of the others that were starting to like him. It's a devastating moment for Alden because Alden was starting to like Luke. They were starting to get to know each other. They're talking about in the fair they're gonna do a musical number together. That just lets you know it's not actually gonna happen. When characters are daydreaming about we're gonna do this during the fair, they're gonna die before the fair. I mean because if they don't die before the fair, then they're going to actually be able to do it, So, and that's just too happy. When characters are talking about something they can't wait to do that's happy, it usually means they're going to die before it happens, at least on The Walking Dead. So, I really don't see Luke and Alden both making it to the fair because they're talking about, we're going to do this musical number together and stuff like that. So, I think that Alpha will kill Luke to intimidate the group into giving her daughter back, and it's going to be a devastating moment to Alden because Alden was starting to like Luke. It's going to be devastating for a lot of other characters, and then Alpha will threaten to kill Alden, and I think that's going to be what a lot of the episode revolves around. It's going to be the characters trying to convince Daryl to give Lydia back to Alpha. And I think that Daryl will give Lydia back. He doesn't want Lydia to be abused by her mother anymore. But if he doesn't give her back, then Alden will die. And he doesn't want Alden to die. But if he does give Lydia back, Lydia won't die. Yes, she might be abused. Yes, she might continue to be punished for what happened or whatever, and she might be continued to be beaten, but Alpha wouldn't go through all this trouble if she didn't have some twisted love for her daughter. So it's not like they're going to give Lydia back and then Alpha's going to kill Lydia herself. The only reason Alpha's doing all this is because she wants her daughter. In her own twisted way, she cares about her daughter. She cares about her daughter's life. So if Daryl gives Lydia back to Alpha, Alpha will not kill Lydia. So they get Luke back, and then he knows that Lydia won't die by giving her back to Alpha. So he has time to figure out a way to get Lydia back once they get Alden. So it is the more logical plan to give Lydia back. So that way they can get Alden back, and then they can figure out how to get Lydia back. Because at this point, Henry and Daryl both care about Lydia. Lydia was starting to reform, and she was starting to want to be a good person. And I think Daryl and Henry care about her. They're not going to give up on her. Even if they give her back to Alpha, they're probably going to go off into the woods and try to get Lydia back. I think there's a moment in one of the previews where we see Henry going out looking for Lydia, and Beta gets him, and Beta might kill Henry. I don't know. But that's also a part in the comics, because Henry is being switched out with Carl's being switched out with Henry because Carl's dead. In the comics, Lydia gets recaptured by Alpha, and Carl goes off into the woods and tries to get Lydia back. So Henry and Daryl might try to do that. Daryl might give Lydia to Alpha, and then later on, Daryl and Henry are going to go off into the woods and try to get Lydia back. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is Alpha wants Lydia. Daryl says no at first. Alpha kills Luke. Alpha threatens to kill Alden. Enid loses her shit. Everyone freaks out. Daryl finally decides, okay, let's give Lydia back because Alpha's not going to kill Lydia. Lydia has time. Alden does not have time, so we need to go ahead and make the exchange so that we can save Alden, and then we'll rescue Lydia later. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what the episode is going to be about. So I think that Alden will survive the episode. Luke will not survive the episode, but I still don't think that Alden will survive the season. I think that Alden will be one of the heads on spikes. I think that Alden and Enid could be heads on spikes, maybe just Alden. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could make Enid one of the heads on spikes, and that just, destroys Alden and breaks his heart and hardens him and makes him a soldier for the Whisper War, but that puts Alden at 3 seasons. I don't know if, Alden, like I said, Alden's a lot like Luke. He's almost too good for this world. I'm surprised he survived season 8. I don't know if I see Alden making it to season 10. I really think that Alden is going to be one of the heads on spikes. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I am 100% sure that Luke is not making it to season 10. So basically, I think Luke will die in this episode, and Alden will survive, but he'll be one of the heads on spikes in episode 15. So basically, neither of them are making it out of the season alive. It's just a question of when they get killed. But yeah, that's basically all I have for this video. So with all that said, don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 370 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 400 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we will eventually get to that goal of 400. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!